Hold up.
Hey y'all, I was just going through my phone and I found this video that I had recorded back in November, and I just wanted to share it with you all because I feel like it had some really good transparent points in it. And again, I'm all about transparency and just sharing my journey. So yeah, it is a couple months late, needless to say, but here it is. Let me know what you all think. So, I have realized that as much as I want to be successful and as many great ideas that I have that I know will aid to that success, I really do think I'm somebody that is afraid of success. And what I mean by that is even when I can see myself in a certain living a certain life, I guess you can say, I can still find hypothetical situations or outcomes that in this very moment I don't have the answer to how I would solve that issue or provide a solution to that challenge, and it freaks me out. Um and I laugh and joke about being a procrastinator and not liking to schedule dinners with people or lunch with people weeks in advance, because when the day comes I may not want to do it. And I'm growing to understand that I think all of that plays a part in that fear. Um, just like a few minutes ago, I shot a text to one of my good friends, Key, and we are talking about collaborating on some stuff. I was like, hey, we need to do, let's schedule lunch for the first part of December to talk about some of the ideas that we have. And my initial text message was going to say, let's schedule something for next week. Or, wait, next week is the first month of December. Dang, that's crazy. But in that moment, I didn't realize that next week was the first month of December. I thought like we had another week in November. But in that moment, I didn't want to do the next week, which would have been totally fine. Like, I could have done lunch next week or dinner next week. But I was just trying to procrastinate and give myself time to kind of prepare and get excited about what we're working on, because when something is new to me and it could provide a challenge, I put it off. I like to put stuff off. But then when the day comes and I have to do whatever it is, like, it always works out. Like, even if there's a challenge, when that day comes, I figure it out and it gets done. But that's definitely something that I have to be even more mindful about. And now that I do have an awareness about it, I have to figure out how to work through that in a more efficient way. And by efficient, I mean like just getting to the point where I make stuff happen and not be so afraid of it actually working. Um, and I know that to some people it may seem crazy, because most people say that somebody is afraid of failure, which, so okay, let's break down the difference between the two. So when I think about somebody being afraid of failure, I think, to me, that means someone who is not yet aware of their ability to do magnificent and great things. Like somebody who may want to, I don't know, run a business, but they don't feel as though they have the tools, meaning the intelligence or the resources to do so. And so they're afraid that if they attempt to do what it is they want to do, they may fail just from the lack of, you know, resources, whether it be physical resources or like the intellectual resources they need to make it happen. Whereas fear of success to me is someone who knows that they are intelligent, knows that they are called to do higher or more in the world, but that too paralyzes them in a way that they don't act on those things. So yeah, I think I more so fit in the category of being afraid of failure, being afraid of succeeding. And while I can think of examples where it would seem that some of my fears are more so the fear of failure, I don't feel as though I can fully support that narrative, because I know like everything that I need to do, what it is I'm called to do, and the things that I want to do, like if I don't have direct connections to those resources, I can find somebody. I can use the internet to find what I need, make connections with other people to get what it is I need to be successful. So like I said, I think for me it's more so a fear of success. But that definitely has to be null and void next year, because I have big goals for next year, big personal goals, big financial goals, just across the board. Next year will be different. And I know that if I go into next year with the same mindset, next year would just be a repeat of this year. And not to say that this year was all bad, because it wasn't, but I do know that a lot of the things that I set out to achieve this year, I did not, out of that fear of being successful in doing so. Now, I will say in terms of, nope, I was about to say in terms of sticking to a fitness regimen, that's more so fear of failure, but I can't even say that. I think with me sticking to a fitness regimen is intimidating to me, because I know it requires a complete lifestyle change. And I associate food and, you know, alcohol and all of that stuff with having a good time. And so I have not yet fully accepted the fact that I can still go to certain family gatherings and stuff and enjoy myself without indulging or overindulging in food and drinks. And the reason I emphasize overindulging is because even if I were on a more or healthier eating regimen, or you know, throughout the week, if I were to then indulge in more pleasurable foods, I guess you would say, and drinks when I'm around family, it wouldn't be that big of a deal. But I allow that to be, you know, how I eat all the time. And so that's definitely something to think about for me. And I've went to the gym for 6 days straight so far, and it feels really good. Like, I already feel like my stuff is fitting better. I feel more confident. I'm a little sore today, and I'm proud of that. Like, I'm feeling that. So all in all, it's a fear of success, and I will conquer this. Y'all know I like to be transparent on my channel, so I'm gonna take y'all with me through this. And next year is gonna be really, really, really good. Like, I'm so excited about next year to really step out on faith and get some stuff done. But I was just thinking about that, and I wanted to share that with you all. And so, what are you afraid of? Are you afraid of success, or are you afraid of failure? Comment below and let's have a conversation about it. I will talk to you all in the next video.